Hello and welcome to the first episode of this podcast, and I'll worry about the title when it comes time to upload. I'm your host, David Grimm, and I welcome you on March 8th, 2019, or at least this is when it's recorded. Anyways, before I get into the topics, I just want to give a quick introduction for those who are just watching this for the first time and have no idea what I do. My name is David Grimm. I run a show known as The Mounty Presents, in which I review various shows, movies, anime, and video games. I also do what-ifs from time to time, as well as mini discussions, as well as smaller videos debunking stuff from Pokemon, also giving my thoughts on modern stuff, etc. So, now that I've given you a quick introduction, I'm going to talk about the topics for this podcast. And the idea for this is I will also be covering media from games, to movies, to anime, and etc. So, if you've watched The Mounty Presents, it's basically this in podcast form, but unscripted and just more topics than just one. I have topics today, so let's dive in. The first topic is Digimon Adventure's 20th anniversary movie. For those who don't know, Digimon is celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. Yeah, it started all the way back in '99. It's kind of a crazy time considering I was like 5 years old when this came out, but whatever. They've recently announced that we're going to get a movie to celebrate this. But it's not coming out this year. No, instead it's coming out in 2020. So, the 21st anniversary. For anyone who followed Digimon Adventure Tri, the previous film in the Digimon series, you may notice a pattern. Because while Digimon Adventure Tri was announced in the year it celebrated its anniversary, it didn't come out until a year later. So it's like, what a great way to celebrate an anniversary! An announcement for something not even coming out in the damn year. So that's great. Just fantastic. Anyways, the artwork has come out. The art looks fine, it matches their epilogue ones for the most part, like Sora's kimono and the like. But part of my problems with Tri, which for those who don't know, I've covered all 6 Tri movies, and spoilers, they're not good, is starting to pop up. One of which is the fact that instead of just doing this as a series, like they should have done with Tri, this is a single movie. Which is actually worse than when Tri did it. For those who don't know, Tri was originally going to be an anime series, not 6 movies. However, due to other factors coming out, some of which we don't really know much about, probably won't find out for a long time, they decided instead to just turn it into 6 movies, but effectively just made it into episodes. If you were a Crunchyroll subscriber, you would see it as just singular episodes. Anyways, it equaled up to about 25 episodes, literally half the runtime of the original series in terms of episode count. Which is totally a great idea. Now, the problem with this is supposed to be a continuation of Tri, which was a continuation of Digimon Adventure 2, which was a continuation of the first Adventure series, but this is only done in one movie. And even if this is 2 or maybe 3 hours long, it's still going to be a problem because of the fact that, to put it bluntly, this is repeating the same mistake as before. You have a big cast, and they're not bringing back the O2 cast for the record, at least based on this image. It's only the original cast, which was about 9 characters, and they're going to tell the story in a movie. One movie, no other movies coming out, at least as of right now, and that's it. I can see so many problems with this, and one of which is going to be time. One of my biggest issues with the original Adventure and Zero 2 was its big cast, which I can totally see no issues with. I just don't see this working out. And my biggest problem with this is they burned me really badly with Tri. I did not like most of these movies. I think the first 2 were alright, the 4th one was just mediocre at best, and I didn't like the last 2 films. They were really terrible, they were bad. I've already done reviews of all 6 movies. I'm not going to go much into detail about it, but they were all poorly handled. The story sucked, the characters sucked, the villains were really, really terrible, easily some of the worst in the franchise. It was just good. And after all that, I wouldn't trust them again because they screwed the pooch 6 times. I don't want to see them screw it a 7th time. This should have been a series. Or better yet, they could have done a continuation for any of the other series. Tamers kind of got that in an audio CD. I don't know if Frontier did, but I don't think they got a continuation. Maybe that could have made Frontier better, because a lot of people think that's the worst Digimon series, or at least back then it was. We didn't get a Saver/Data Squad continuation. We didn't get a continuation of Cross Wars. I think Aptly Monsters was another one. So it's like they could have done any series, but let's be fair, what's the most popular Digimon series? Yeah, it's Adventure. Even if Adventure has a lot of problems nowadays, but that's more of a case of hindsight. So, there's my thoughts on the 20th movie. I don't have much hopes for this because it does not look good, and it's making the same mistakes as Tri, except even worse now that I think about it, because Tri was at least 6 movies. This looks like it's only going to be just 1. So, I am not looking forward to this. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's not going to be out for another year anyways, so enjoy the 21st anniversary movie. Now, I guess we move into Digimon's arrival, Pokemon, because recently it was announced that Pokemon Generation 8 would be coming out this year, and the names were officially revealed as Sword and Shield. When the trailer came out, I was legit surprised. I admittedly missed the Pokemon Direct, because I woke up I think a few minutes after it ended, which, that was fun. And then I wake up and I see, wait, what the hell are these? On the Pokemon channel? Because they revealed all 3 starters on the thumbnail. So I had to go look up the Direct separately, just to see what was going on, and then I get the information. So that was fun. But, honestly, I'm looking forward to Sword and Shield. I don't know which one I'm going to pick yet, because, honestly, there isn't much information out right now, outside of where it is, the name of the region, which I believe is Galar, I probably mispronounced that. I believe they also, they revealed the starters, that much I know of. I don't think they revealed the legendaries, because, I mean, we see the 2 wolves in the logos, but for all we know, those may not be legendaries after all. And outside of that, it seems like we're going to be getting a sports theme or maybe an esports thing with that stadium in the trailer. And that's about it. So, oh yeah, and gyms are coming back. They were talking about that recently, like gym masters were a thing, but then the one of the Twitter accounts deleted it, which seems like a case of this is going to happen, but it was announced a little too early than expected, so they had to delete it because the higher-ups found out. As for my starter, I'm a fan of Grookey. I think maybe Sobble, but it's ultimately going to depend on the starter's final evolutions and the like, to see where that goes, which is not going to be for a while. I imagine we're going to see some more information, well, full information, because Korokoro leaks will only give us a little bit. I imagine we're going to see that around E3, assuming that we even get a Nintendo press conference during that point, and we don't get another Direct until then, but that's neither here nor there. I think the legendaries this time around are going to be themed around Fenrir and his 2 kids, but that could just be speculation, and for all I know, I could be wrong about that. We also know that the region is going to be based around the UK, or Scotland, to be more specific, so that's pretty interesting. I really do hope that the roster is going to have at least 100 new Pokemon, but that's probably because of that whole prediction video I released a while back. Outside of that, the only other prediction I can think of is that we may get a Pokemon based on a Corgi, because one of the species names for Corgi is Welsh Corgi, and Welsh is in the UK area, so who knows? Either way, I'm looking forward to it. Now for something onto gaming again, and this is going to be quick, because I hate this practice and it pisses me off. For those who don't know, Dead or Alive 6 recently came out, and it seems to be getting mixed reception, but more importantly, some of you may know this, but it still bugs the hell out of me. They announced a $100 season pass. I don't even know what to say about this. Oh, wait, no, I do. This is flat out dumb. It's ridiculous. This is not necessary, especially when the game is already $60+ American. It's like $90 Canadian, so $200 basically total with this and the $100 season pass, which is bullshit. But I guarantee you people are going to buy the season pass anyways, because from what I looked up, it seems like DOA 6's base game is really bare bones, largely because they wanted you to buy that $100 season pass. Needless to say, I don't recommend picking up DOA 6. You might as well just go and play Smash Ultimate. Anyways, I guess moving on from that, because I brought up Smash Brothers, I might as well address this, because I'm a big Metroid fan. People were talking about this around the time the previous Nintendo Direct came out, so I might as well talk about it. Is Metroid Prime Trilogy ever going to come out on the Switch? People have been talking about this for a while, especially because they recently said that Metroid Prime 4 is going to take a little bit longer because they had to retool the game. So, are they going to release the Prime Trilogy for the Switch? Which, for those who don't know, Metroid Prime Trilogy is a collection that had the first 3 Metroid Prime games on it. This was released several years ago. It was on the Wii U. It was originally for the Wii, that kind of stuff. And my answer to that is, I am not too sure, actually, unless they make a Joy-Con exclusive, because I don't think it would work with Pro Controller, even if it is wireless for the most part, because, especially with Prime 3, a lot of the controls for that were motion controlled. So you'd have stuff like point the controller at the screen and hold the button and then move it around. So it's like, I don't see how they'd be able to do that with a Pro Controller, but it'd be possible probably with the Joy-Cons because those are already wireless and it has sensors in it for that anyways. Outside of that, I don't see them being able to pull it off. And even then, would it be worth it? I don't know, it just feels like they wouldn't put the Prime Trilogy on the Switch when instead they could just wait their time and then just put Prime 4 on the Switch. Or heck, here's another idea. Why don't you just put some of the older Metroid games on that Switch Online service? Maybe that could help give people more of a reason to use the Switch Online service instead of just buying those 1-month subscription things. Just saying. Anyways, I'm going to wrap it up here because I pretty much said what I need to say. So, yeah, and just to clarify, not every episode, if I do continue past this pilot, will have a whole bunch of topics to talk about, because there are some topics that I could spend a whole bunch of time talking about. And in those cases, there wouldn't really be much of a need to talk about multiple topics in that case, because I'd be spending much time talking about one particular topic anyway. But if you like this podcast, let me know. If you want me to do more of it, I'd be happy to do so. We'll see how it goes. And have a great day, everyone. Take care.